Hi everybody and welcome back to my backyard once again. Today we're gonna review the Zhiyun Cinepeer Weebill 3, a very affordable gimbal that also super light and compact and offers a ton of features. Let's check it out. Let's open the box and see what's inside. Boom, there is a styrofoam box, quick start guide and some contacts. Let's open this box, which is very good for carrying the gimbal around. You have the gimbal itself, bottom handle that doubles as a tripod, the camera plate, and in this bag you have the mounting screw for your camera, hexagonal key, and two cables, one USB-C to USB-C and one USB-A to C. And also there is this box with a super cool accessory inside. There is instructions there, and boom! Can you guess what this is? It attaches to the bottom of your gimbal, and boom! Slide it in, lock it on with this lever right here, and you have a super cool wrist rest, so your gimbal feels much more comfortable to hold, especially if you have a big camera up top. And with this dial you can regulate how high do you want it. The handle can be adjusted in three ways. With the keys you can tilt it up and down. With this you can unlock it and move it side to side, and also with this you unscrew it, boom, and it extends. How clever is this? You still have the thread to slot the bottom handle in, so you have also a base for your camera. And it's super nice to have support on the bottom of your wrist, because usually the camera makes the gimbal tilt and you have to keep your wrist tension. Like this, it's a lot less pain if you have to use it for long, especially for one-handed extended operation. I don't know, maybe you are chasing something much better. Let's remove this extra accessory and let's talk about the gimbal specs. This gimbal is super light at 990 grams as you see it, and incredibly compact folded. It disappears behind a piece of A4 paper. It's roughly the same size. Despite being small and light, these motors are powerful enough to carry up to 3 kilos of payload, so even full frame cameras with big optics, no problem. You're gonna see how it carries this Sony A7 III's in a moment. The body is made of plastic and the arms are made of metal with plastic inserts. You can see it has the USB-C port for charging, it has quick charge, power delivery, it charges very quickly. 2650 milliamps battery will give you up to 16 hours of runtime, so no problem there. This other USB-C port is for connecting to your camera and activate the shutter, the focus and stuff, but it also has Bluetooth, so you can remotely connect, you don't even need to use the cable. If you are right-handed, the ergonomics are very nice, everything is well reachable, and what you don't need to reach is not reachable, so very nice. You have a custom wheel at the bottom, you can assign different functions here, a function button on here, you have an LCD screen right here, these are the menu stuff, power menu, and a wheel to navigate the menu, and it also has a button. On the other side you have a mode button, a joystick for controlling the gimbal, and a record button for your camera. And as you saw while I was handling the gimbal, the head doesn't move. It's because it has locks. You need to unlock it in order for it to start moving. Boom. And now it's free to rotate. You get 360 degrees of yaw spin, you get plus 180 degrees of pitch, so you have the camera looking backwards, and minus 130. On the roll axis you get plus 60 and minus 280 degrees. And finally it's time to connect the camera to the gimbal. I installed the bottom rail, it's Arca Swiss compatible, you just need to thread it in. And I wish it was a quick release, but it's fine enough. Every time you put it on, you need to remember what size camera you have, because otherwise you go out of balance. The camera with this 28 to 75 mm lens is 1.3 kilos, which we can have two of these cameras together and we are still under the limit. It's crazy. And if you want to go vertical, it's super easy with this gimbal. Just unlock it, boom. Remove the rail, you need to press the button, boom. And if you look here, you have another rail attachment, so you can go vertical this easy. And boom, you can go from horizontal to vertical in 20 seconds. Very, very clever stuff. And this gimbal comes in all the modes you expect. As soon as you turn it on, it's in pan follow mode, which only follows you in the pan and stabilizes the rest, so you can only pan. If you press mode once, it goes into locked mode, and this mode basically keeps it locked no matter what. Press mode again, and it goes into full follow mode, which keeps the horizon stable, as you can see, but it allows to pitch up and down with your hand, and still you have the follow ready. Press mode again and you go back to PF mode, If you double press the trigger, you reset it. Triple press the trigger, selfie mode. If you double press the mode button, you go into POV mode, which allows the roll to be unlocked, and as you can see, the camera can tilt. Now it's slow because I slowed the motors down to have smoother shots. It's all in the settings. Press mode another 2 times and you go into vortex shooting. Now the camera will tilt up. If I help it, it's a little bit better. And again, it's slow, so you will have to change the speed. I don't like that. I feel like it should change automatically based on what settings you are. And it's slow, slowly is turning. Now it's spinning much faster because if you are in vortex mode, you go in the menu, you can select how fast you want it to spin, go start, and it starts spinning. I wish the speed would affect vortex mode regardless of if you hit start or not. If you press mode another 2 times, you go into portrait mode, which you need to be using the gimbal like this. This is a very quick portrait mode, but you can always change the mount and use all of the functions of the gimbal. There is one last mode called Go. You activate it by pressing the trigger for 2 seconds, and now the gimbal is super fast when moving and following you, so you can chase something moving very fast on the fly. Keep pressing this button. If you press menu and you go to trajectory, it allows you to set a few custom points, so you can select what you want the camera to do, and when you press start, it will reproduce it. It's very nice for time lapses and stuff like that. The last kind of secret mode you have is controlling it with your phone. Download ZY Play app and boom, you connect it with your Bluetooth and you have control over the gimbal. This is nice if you wanna reframe yourself. And if you do sync motion, turn it on, boom, you can control it with your smartphone accelerometer, which is cool. I don't really use this function much, but if you need it, it's there. Time for my final opinion on the Zhiyun Cinepeer Weebill 3. And this gimbal is a light version of the Weebill 3S, which has a couple more features, like it comes with a light here, integrated microphone, and a HDMI for video transmission. Also, it has a fixed quick release mount, so you don't need to recalibrate every time, but just remember where you put it, and it's no problem with this one. And if you feel like you don't need all of these extra features, the price difference is $319 for the Weebill 3S, and this is $250, which is super competitive because it's a very well-made gimbal, it's small, it's light, and it's perfect for traveling, while still can carry 3 kilos, which is crazy. The stabilization works very good for the size and weight, of course, because the heavier it is, the more inertia it has, so when you walk, it will be a little bit harder to make it bounce, but of course this will be lighter and you don't feel the fatigue very quickly. You can always add a little bit of extra weight at the bottom if you feel like you need a little bit extra smoothness from this gimbal. If you do social media work, you have the native vertical mount, which is super convenient. The hardware feels very fine, it doesn't creak, and it's tactile, it's ergonomic, and very sturdy. The motors are powerful, they are silent, and also very smooth. The thing I wish it was a little bit better was the software, which they can improve with updating first, but it feels a little bit unrefined. Nitpicks because the menu is all small caps. I don't know why. Just capitalize the first letter or capitalize all the word. It looks so much better, but of course it's a very, very big nitpick. What I wish was better was the settings. When you get it, it's super, super sensitive, and when you move your wrist, the camera is gonna move and jerk your movements, especially if you want to do an orbit of something. I reduced the settings way down, now it's super smooth and I can do very nice orbits. But the settings are global, so you're gonna influence all of the modes. In some modes you don't wanna influence, like the vortex and stuff like that. You saw how slow it goes. I wish they had pair mode settings, like PF, you have something, for follow you have another settings. Also having presets would be nice for every mode, having different presets. For example, you are in PF, you can have a low sensitivity, so you can do very smooth movements, high sensitivity and stuff like that. Maybe you can cycle through with this. I hope Zhiyun is watching so they can implement that, because they are still in time for doing that. Apart from that, this gimbal is super recommended. If you're looking for an affordable gimbal that doesn't have many compromises, I feel like this is super competitive. It's perfect for traveling, it's perfect for social media work, but also for regular work because it's lighter. You're gonna have a much better time carrying it all day, especially with the bottom attachment. And that's all for today. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Let me know what you think about this gimbal right here. Also, I'm curious, what gimbal do you use? And if you wanna buy something, check out the links in the description down below. You help this channel a lot, and many times you will find discounts. So stay safe and happy filming. Bye!